Hey, this is Majinoni, and here's some comic reviews for you. We'll start off with Suicide Squad number 9. Now, this is the story of the first Suicide Squad with Lobo and Emerald, Empress, and company, Dr. Polaris, and they basically, Amanda Waller sends them into a mission, and things don't go well. So you basically get the idea of how they got imprisoned, why they're so angry with her. And the one thing I will say is I really enjoyed the story. It was good to see certain characters just like unleashing violence. But my main complaint is the art. The art is subpar. I guess you can call this issue like a filler episode, since it's going to the past, telling you a little bit of history, and you can tell they really put that much effort into the artwork, because this art is just horrible. Just unbelievably horrible. Oops. So overall, I would say, while I enjoyed the action, I enjoyed the fighting, I did not enjoy that part. So that was the one part I thought was very distracting. Next up, we have Titans number 7. Now, Titans number 7 was a very another issue that I felt was hampered by bad art. But I think that you'll find the story is a little bit shocking, because what you have is the Titans taking down a villain. Superman shows up and he's like, "Hey, Wally, how's it hanging?" And Wally's like, he's like, "Well, Superman, haven't seen you in a long time." And they go take off racing across, the country. And, it's, I guess you can say this is like a tale of the older mentor who basically has given everything to teach the younger want to be hero everything he knows. And there's a certain fire in each other's eyes that is sparked anew once they see each other again. And if you doubt me of said fire in the eyes, let's see here, I think there you go. Fire in his eyes. He knows what he wants, and he knows how to get what he wants. And what he wants is a young, impressionable Wally West to follow him to the privacy of an Iowa cornfield, so they can discuss matters, urgent matters, needs that need to be fulfilled. Like for an example, they talk about how Iris is no longer there for Wally, and how Clark knows this, and he's prepared to assist Wally in matters of the heart, so to speak. That's the story, and that's the story I'm sticking with. Anyways, Justice League versus Suicide Squad number 4 was pretty darn good. Lots of fighting, lots of posing, Lobo getting torn apart, which was fantastic. This was definitely worth the price of admission, and I was very, very pleased. The end game, I was also really glad to see, because the end game was something that I'm kind of iffy on as a villain, so to speak. I think that they've had some great stories with it, but it also kind of limits you as to what you can do at the same time because of the power level. But overall, I really want to see what's next, and I can tell that this is this type of story where even technically these two teams, it's just not enough, what they're up against. So overall, though, I really, really like this one. Alright, next up is Eminem. This is another. This is actually a classic issue. This is issue number 75, and if you remember from last time, Green Eminem and Blue Eminem were having marital problems. You see, because Red Eminem basically, how should we say, just put Blue Eminem, just completely destroyed him. Destroyed his self-confidence. He feels that, he just doesn't have the right taste anymore to keep Green Eminem happy. And as a result of the battle between Red and Blue, Yellow got into the crossfire and was transformed from a peanut Eminem to a almond Eminem. And that has attracted the attention of Green Eminem. And as you can see, Yellow Eminem also has a power-up now where he's flying, which has greatly attracted, like I said, Green Eminem. And Blue Eminem is raging with jealousy and anger at when he sees his wife with his best friend, Yellow. And I'm really looking forward. This is definitely going to be a battle of the century. I'm looking forward to this one. All right, Rocket Raccoon, number 2. This, okay, I know this is the theme, bad art, but this was actually, again, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. Rocket Raccoon, now, I don't know how long I'm going to laugh at Rocket Raccoon, but I really liked it. He's basically, his issue is he's trying to get off the planet. And, the thing, again, I don't understand is just hook up with your team. But at the same time, I get it in the sense that it's a time for each of these characters to shine. And along the way, he's just having issues after issues. And we have a couple guest stars. We have Spider-Man guest starring, the Miles Morales version. And Kraven the Hunter shows up. And there's going to be the big battle between Kraven and Rocket. Overall, I would say sit through the art because the story so far is pretty decent. Inhumans versus X-Men. I got this reluctantly, but I figured, since I do some reviews and stuff, I figured it really would be an injustice not to do this. People would always, I'm sure a lot of you who haven't been reading this but are curious to know what this is like, if it's worth it or not, would like to know. Well, I can say this. The fight was pretty decent. The mutants can pretty much take out the Inhumans pretty easily, but the thing you have to keep in mind is, one, the mutants came in with a plan, which is step 1 to victory. And that's why usually the heroes always lose at the very beginning, because they always caught flat-footed. And 2, it's not like they really fought. There's little bits and pieces of fighting. There's a really good fight, like you can see in the background with Sabretooth and Human Torch. But basically what happens is you'll see the bit of a fight, and then magic comes and teleports the Inhuman into limbo. And pretty much that's how they take out the Inhumans. 2 Inhumans do get away. They're the younger generation, but Old Man Logan is there to keep them in, to basically take them back to limbo. Overall, though, I thought it was a decent read. I'm not sure what all of this is, what they're expecting to accomplish with all of this, other than this is now they can at least attempt to destroy the mist. But I don't know. I just think that this could have just all been handled differently from the beginning, and a lot of this mess just shouldn't be happening. But Marvel's got to pump up the Inhumans, make people want to read them, and I guess this is their way of doing it. Is it good? Well, I'll say this: it's better than I thought it was going to end up. The art's good, but I don't know. I'm not 100% on board yet. I'm going to have to really wait and see how the rest plays out. Uncanny Avengers number 19 was pretty solid overall. The Red Skull has basically captured all the heroes except for Deadpool. He's waiting for Quicksilver to bring him in. and he's basically going in and to each of the characters and using Xavier's powers, he's basically getting each one of them to join his side until he reaches Cable, and Cable puts up a pretty decent fight, but it doesn't last long. But that's part of a plan for Cable, which I don't want to go too much in, but you can, if you've looked at previews, you know that those two are gonna duke it out. At the end, though, it's basically Deadpool going to get help, and I'm kind of, I'm still on board with the Uncanny Avengers. This is probably the best Avenger book that's out there. So if you like the Avengers and you're not getting this, you're really kind of you're being stupid, is what I'm saying. Spider-Man number 12, Romance of the Century, Miles Morales, and Spider-Gwen. What we have here is Miles. He's still talking to his peeps in his bedroom at school about what's happened. His dad's missing. So S.H.I.E.L.D. tracks down Miles and say, look, your dad's missing. We don't think he's dead, but we think he's in another dimension. We need you to go get him. And because Maria Hill basically did this off the books, so she wants to keep it quiet. So she sends Miles into the other dimension, which, of course, is where Spider-Gwen lives. So that's where their love is going to blossom from there. Overall, I mean, I still think this is the best Spider-Man book that's out there. And I don't know, I'm kind of indifferent about this relationship, because I don't know if I get the feeling that the relationship is there just to sell books. It's like it's a way that they can make Spider-Gwen more accessible to the newer, to readers that basically haven't been buying her comic because they don't believe in that offshoot of a character type thing, or it's a female character or whatever their reason, But regardless, I think this is their way of trying to pull her in to make her more popular. But we'll see if it works or not. I mean, I love the book, but I think the art is just god awful. They need a new artist. Then that's pretty much why I stopped buying it. Alright, Mighty Thor, Shi'ar War. Fantastic art. Basically what happens here is Gladiator shows up on the Rainbow Bridge. Nice little battle. And they basically invade Asgard. And there's a specific person that they're looking for. And so the fight could be better, but what we do see is pretty darn good. While that's going on, Lord of Fear is trying to get Jane off the council. And the Senate, I should say. And it makes a lot of sense because she's never there. She's missed like 9 Senate hearings because she's Thor, so she can't be bothered with that, all the governmental nonsense between the realms. But overall, I'm really, really hyped for this. I want to see what happens next. I'm really looking forward to it, and I just hope Aaron does maintains his high quality stories for Thor. It's been great run overall. But anyways, those are the reviews for this week. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Like, share. Let me know what you're reading, what you thought was good, bad. And we'll have some more stuff later. Until next time.